This institution is everything baseball. So while you're, pinnacle of the game, this is the whole mountain we're talking about, not just the top of the mountain. That's actually 24 karat gold leaf
just in there
on those baseballs. So the baseballs were normal baseballs when they were being used in the game.
We're covered with the
But
gold leaf.
after the game was won, whoever won the game got to keep the baseball. And you decorate it with something that you paint it. In this case, they would gild it with gold and write the score. And then they put it in their clubhouse, which is not a locker room. Yeah. It's like where you smoke cigars and you hang out with the guys.
Yeah.
And the more baseballs you're displaying, the more wins you have, the more prestigious your club is. We talk about the evolution of equipment. In the 19th century, the vast majority of play, especially before the 1880s, nobody's wearing a glove. You're doing it barehanded. So these backhanded plays, that's not going to work. It's just going to go right past you, right? Imagine some of these early gloves, you're playing third base with those.
It's amazing.
Now, when you were growing up, what were you in
Where
VR? What were you
I
wearing?
started with the carton glove,
Yeah.
made out of different things, but yeah,
Do you think that actually helped you as a fielder when you made the majors, or no, it was kind of a detriment?
definitely did. Yeah, because everything else was easier.
We have an exhibit devoted to Babe Ruth. Mm-hmm. The bat, he had 28 of his 60 home runs.
Oh,
with
I
that
see.
bat.
I see. I was reading the top.
And he would put a notch. Whenever he hit a home run, he'd put a notch in the bat. And that's why there's all those notches on it. There's 28 notches for 28 home runs.
With 20 home runs with one bat.
That's the thing that's most amazing.
Anyway, can you take a picture of me next to him, Mark? He was the top of the mountain in the Dominican. And we all follow him and we all support him. Obviously he played way before I even have an idea what baseball really was. But once that growing up, one of the first names I heard was Juan Marichal, being one of the greatest pitchers that ever pitched in the MLB. So we were so proud of him, and we always wanted to follow his steps.
Was everybody as a kid doing a high leg kick and
Oh, yeah.
trying not to fall over?
Oh yeah. We thought that's how everybody pitched because that's how he did it.
Yeah.
But we find out later on that it's just a unique way to do it. I played for the Dominican team.
Tell us about that.
Tigers.
When was that?
That was 1998, right before my first year in the big league. I played for the Tigers, Dominican Republic, my country.
What was that experience like?
It was great. I mean, winning ball is just a great experience. I think as a young kid, it gets you ready for the big leagues because the atmosphere, the pressure, playing in your own country and facing pretty good competition, it will get you ready for the big leagues. I think that is a huge part of my career.
We have these little, almost like country biographies from a baseball angle, and we always mention on here who the Hall of Famers are. So we're gonna have to.
We'll have to miss a name right here or not?
Yes, we're gonna have to reprint that. Some great pitchers here. Guys like Kurt Schilling. Who are some of the pitchers that you really loved facing? Not so much because you were dominating them, but because you loved the challenge of them.
I like to face Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux was another guy that I admire a lot, and I couldn't understand how he can be so precise with his pitches and location-wise, and the ball moves so much. So I love that challenge. I did okay against him, but I just love facing him because I know that he was trying to eat me alive.
We kind of look at about the last 10 years of the club, so it's constantly rotating artifacts. How often would you go through a glove?
The first couple years, I would use it for 3-4 years. Then after that, was almost every other year because I wanted to use. Rolling was kind enough to make me a soft leather, so it wouldn't last long. But it was soft enough that I would be able to soften my hands a little bit because my hand was kind of hard.
This is our exhibit about postseason baseball, and this is where we honor the world champions. So after the World Series is over, the ball players, Major League Baseball, the Rangers were super generous, donating objects from the World Series, and so this is where we're honoring that first World Championship for Texas. we try and do what we can to get artifacts up on exhibit and shared with the public.
Right.
But you have to store objects somewhere, and this is where we do that. I was showing you when we first started the tour that trophy case with all these gilded baseballs. This is one from 1866. This is about a year after the Civil War ended, and they're playing baseball. And it's a Brooklyn club called the Excelsiors and the Olympics of Philadelphia. And you know, it's kind of beat up. It's kind of flake. That's the gold leaf is flaking off. But that's one of those gilded baseballs.
And I assume this is one of the first base that we're using.
Well, this is about 75 years old. This is from the 1948 World Series. Last time Cleveland won a world championship. These are the bases at the ballpark. And the way these worked, yeah, it's a little bit different. And actually now, this is a smaller base. You got the big bases now, right?
Yeah.
But you know, this is very different than when you're playing. This is much softer. It's kind of filled with sawdust or some sort of soft material. And then what's missing from this is it's like a belt. This is like a belt loop. And there's two belts that would come together at the bottom, and then that would attach to a stake in the ground.
And what material is this? It feels like if you
canvas.
Because if you step on it with spikes, you're gonna rip.
Yeah. So, and you can see there's rips and things like that. But that's how it was not a post in the ground. It would just be connected to a stake in the ground. Sometimes that would come loose.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We're talking about a Babe Ruth bat. That's a Babe Ruth bat. It's 100 years old. 1923.
This one feels as heavy as I thought it was.
It's not going to have a stamping there. Yeah.
Just look at the see where it's in there.
I can tell you how heavy it is
nice,
if you're interested.
No, it's okay, because it feels nice. It's well balanced.
Last time I think you probably saw this was when it was on your head. And you
is
got
my
your
helmet?
3,000th hit.
Oh, that's right.
Doesn't go on heads anymore.
Good. Nice one. It's a little beat up.